So every now and then I'll be doing some work within Signagelive, and from time to time I come across something that unexpectedly speeds up my workflow. So I thought on today's stream I'd take this as an opportunity to explore the Recheck Players feature within Signagelive. It's one that's very easily missed unless you're doing something very specific within Signagelive, and in my case today I'm publishing multiple schedules within quick succession to the same player. The premise is this: each of these schedules have very minimal changes to them, but what I'm going to show you today forgoes the need to go through the publication phase multiple times. So let's jump into Signagelive and I can show you what I mean. Now here we are in my Signagelive network, and what I want to do today is publish multiple schedules to the same player. Now of course you would typically need to go through the publication stage multiple times if you're making massive changes to each of those. I already have all my playlists ready to go and I want to go through the phase of publishing these. So I'm going to go to content and then publish, and today with each of these schedules that I'm about to publish, I want each of them to have a unique trigger that I can trigger using a button press on that player. To do that, during step 1 of the publication phase, I'm going to select as a result of a trigger, and for this first example I'm going to use as a key press A. And what we're going to do is we're going to go from A, B, C, D, E, F and G. They're all going to be unique triggers, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of these and assign a schedule to each. In my case I want the duration of this content to be 10 seconds, and that's for each schedule as well. In step 2 I'm going to choose my playlist, and in my case it's going to be all of these playlists you can see within this Bright Sign and Nextmosphere triggers folder I have here. Each one of these individual playlists I want assigned to a particular trigger. So the only thing that I want to change in each of these publications is the trigger key and the content that is going to be my triggered content. So let's select our first one, and this playlist is going to be triggered after the key press A. Now I'm going to select my player that I want to publish this to, and in my case it's this guy here. And now we're ready to go. So I'm going to hit publish to players, and now that trigger is on its way to its player. We're happy. However, I now need to publish schedules B through to G, and typically you could go and hit this reset button here, and then you could go through and start this publication phase once again. But if you're publishing so many schedules like I am today, this could take time, and I don't really want to go through this particular process 8 different times. So what we can do is we can use the Recheck Players feature here, and what that allows us to do is make minute changes to this publication, then recheck the players, and then hit the publish button. The benefit of this is that it allows us to only make very small changes without having to reset the entire publication page. So to see this in action, we want to make another publication to this same player, but I want to change the playlist and I want to change the key press, but I'm not going to hit reset. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to jump back to step 1 like I just have. Now we're simply going to select key press 2. That's one change. Now we're going to go to step 2. And we're going to select the playlist button once again, and this time I'm going to select my second playlist, which is that one. Press OK. Now we can scroll down, and in step 3 we don't have to change anything because we know what the player is, and you'll see that we now get this Recheck Players button. So if I hit that, what it's going to do, it's going to recheck this publication, check the player's all good to receive this, and then we can hit publish to players. And now if I jump into my reports and queues, you'll see that both of those publications are in the queue here ready to go. So I've been able to quickly go through and make these minute changes to that publication and publish them much faster than if I were to reset that page every single time. Of course, the next thing to do would be to go through each of the other letters that I wanted to publish. I'm not going to do that here on this video because it's just going to add unnecessary time. But essentially, once you've hit that publish button, all you have to do is jump back to step 1 in the publication phase, make your changes, jump to every other step that you want to make a change on, then hit the Recheck Players button, and then hit publish. And after you've done that, as per every publication, this will create a config write which will go through this network queue here. Once that's done, it will then download onto your players, and you've done that much quicker than if you were to go to content, publish, and start from scratch every single time. Like I say, this is a great feature if you are trying to publish multiple schedules to the same player and you want to do this in quick succession without having to reset this page every single time. Nevertheless, I hope this helped. This was just a quick tip I came across in my current workflow, and this has definitely sped up the work I've done here today. I've managed to publish 8 schedules in mere minutes now, instead of going through and resetting that page every single time. So hopefully this will inspire you to use the Recheck Players button. If you do, let us know how you get on with it. And if you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch, and we'd be more than happy to answer them. We'll see you on the next one.